Greetings, healthy ones. Today, I wanted to talk about my 30-day journey into eating nothing but fruits, raw nuts, and raw seeds. And I wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions on how that 30-day journey has gone. And I want to start off by saying that I am in year 18 now of being a vegetarian and sometimes going into veganism, sometimes going into raw veganism. That has adjusted a lot over this period of 18 years. Sometimes I'll go so many years one way and then so many years the other way, but it's always remained a base of being a vegetarian. I've had no fish, no meat of any kind for almost 18 years now. And I've gone further down this health journey and tried to explore different aspects. And I recently tried fruitarianism. And some people will say, well, it wasn't strict fruitarianism because you had nuts and seeds. Okay, so there's nuts and seeds in there. Let me give you my thoughts and opinions on this. First of all, it was a little bit of a challenge in the beginning to get your body adjusted to just eating fruits and trying to eat a limited amount of nuts and seeds. If you're used to a vegetarian diet, a vegan diet, a raw vegan diet, going right into fruitarian will maybe take a little adjustment. It took me an adjustment for that first week or so. Your body is doing a little bit of a backflip because that fruit goes through you so quickly that you need a constant supply to keep that energy going. And of course, I was experimenting along the way with when I was eating nuts and seeds, but I eventually got it to the point where I was just having a little bit in the evening to kind of have more of the fats of like avocados, nuts, and seeds in the evening, with more savory botanical fruits in the evening, like cucumbers, tomatoes, bell peppers, things like that. But during the day, just strictly fruit and water. And like I said, it will be a little bit of an adjustment for you to get used to that. But once you start getting used to it, you start to feel pretty good. Your energy feels great, but you can almost sometimes feel like your energy is going too high because you don't have any fats or any heavy, dense foods to sort of slow you down a little bit. So positive benefits: energy feels good, your skin starts to feel good, you become less thirsty. Overall, you feel pretty good about everything. Your digestion feels good, you feel light. You feel like you're moving around. Weight on the scale starts dropping down. But people that are eating strictly fruits with no nuts and seeds, that I've seen from people that I've seen online, that their weight could plummet quickly. Having the nuts and seeds sort of brings it down to a slow burn. And if you're someone like me that likes to exercise and go to the gym, then having that slow weight loss feels a little better. So I would say pros: you feel healthy, you feel light, you feel like you have a lot of energy. Now let's talk about some cons. Cons is you feel like you have to constantly be eating. You're constantly going to the bathroom to exit all this fiber and everything out of your body. You are constantly urinating, and you may not feel like you have to drink as much, but it depends on what you have. Sometimes I'd have dried fruits, those will make you feel incredibly thirsty. One of the other cons is maybe you constantly feel hungry in a sense, and there's a little bit of monotony to eating those foods again, because we've also been culturally conditioned to eat a certain way our entire life. I'm 54 years old. I've eaten a certain way for my entire life, and people around me are eating. You already know how that is. You see, we're surrounded by crappy junk food everywhere, and eating this way, you might as well go live in a cave and be a monk or something, because you can't really have much of a social life on this type of eating. I'm also married, so thankfully I have a very understanding spouse, and she respects my health journeys. But forget going to a restaurant or eating with other people. That's sort of a downside there. And like I said, the other downside is maybe just the monotony of it. I'm also, during this journey, I've also tried to have no seasonings, no condiments, no things that you're burying all over it, because I'm just trying to keep it completely natural. A lot of these old fruitarian books and things that I've been researching, they didn't believe that you should be having seasonings and condiments all over everything. That kind of ruins everything of what you're doing. If you're just meant to eat an entire bag of seasoning, then it would just be out there. So if you're trying to stay totally natural with fruits and nuts and seeds, you're just having them raw, and you're not trying to add any extra things to them. The other sort of con is that maybe it takes a long time to feel full. I mean, you could fill up on things like, bananas or watermelon, and yes, you can kind of feel full, but it burns through you quickly. You don't have the same feeling like if you're having something dense, like cooked starch, for example, or if you're having those nuts and seeds. Now, the other con is, of course, you don't want to eat 1,000 avocados, and you don't want to eat bags full of nuts and seeds. I mean, you can, but your weight's probably going to go up, and you might feel like everything's blocking up in you. And then, of course, the other con, or maybe the thing you need to learn about, is the fruit combining and the fruit timing. A lot of that you sort of learn as you go, that you're not going to want to eat some heavy thing of nuts and then bananas and then have a watermelon right after. It's just going to sit in your stomach like a rock and hurt your stomach. So there's a lot of that you have to get used to, of deciding what you're going to eat when, and having a pattern of eating. So I would say, if you're already a vegetarian, vegan or raw vegan, why not go ahead and give a fruitarian a try, even for a week, even for multiple days. Like I said, I just completed the entire month of May on that journey. And I would say, if you're into health and fitness and wellness, and you're already in that space of being plant-based, go ahead and try it for yourself and see how you feel. And don't be afraid to leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking about it, and play around with it. And if you're not ready to go all the way, why don't you do something like the raw till 4, where in the morning you have some fruit, maybe in the day you have some fruit, and then save your vegetables or your cooked starches for the evening, so you can still feel like you're kind of there if you're not ready to jump into the deep end. But I just wanted to share that with you guys and let you know that 30 days, we made it. And I know there's a lot of people that are saying that's not that long, but wait till you try it for the first time and you'll see for yourself how you feel. And I wish everyone the best. I wish everyone a healthy, happy life.